Hiya, ghosties. Hi, everybody. How are we? A little bit of a different opening today, since today is a very different and very important day for some people, not everybody. Who got first today? Internet husband, congratulations on getting first. Hello,
Get
Froggy.
dominated.
Hi, Emily.
Yuck.
Yuck. Hi, Emily. Thank you so much for the resub. Thank you for that life that we have together where we monthly get dominated each other and just give $5 to Twitch every month. So glad we're still here. Vatican, hello. Karma, hello. Tech, hello. How are you guys? Speedy, hello. Katie. Day and Night Sky. Yes, it is Dream SMP art today. Oh my god, it sure do be. We lose money monthly, deadass. It would be easier if I just Venmo you $5 a month, because we would both make more money off of that. Like we would both do significantly better if we just Venmo each other. Yell at me to do my work, please. Tech, go do your fucking work. Don't you dare tell me what day is it. How dare you? It is chatters. There's a reason we're doing art today. But emotes are very important. You're right. Venmo doesn't give us emotes. It's very important for us to have these emotes. Hello, Bonnet. Today is a very important day when it comes to us idiots who are deeply invested in the life of Dream SMP. Hello, everybody. My name is Almosander. Welcome home and happy November 16th. It is the two-year anniversary. It is the 2-year anniversary of the end of L'Manberg. I cannot believe it's been that long. Oh, sevens. Holy shit. So, yeah. Oh god, why is there a hype train? You're right, there's like, what is it said you need? I think it needs like 2 more people to do something. Hype trains are weird. But, oh sevens to L'Manberg. And to Wilbur, this was the day that he lost his life as well to Kilza. It is the 2-year anniversary of Filza joining the SMP. A lot happened on this day. So yeah, ooh. I'm here but mid-fic, and also I need to eat, so I'm gonna be lurking, totally valid. So, does everybody remember the transitional art that we were working on last time we were on stream? Because I may have been doing a little bit of off-stream grinding. Also, nice girls, thank you. I showered today, so they do be doing this. Okay, straight up, I do not put any, like, product in my hair, and I don't use a hair curler. Like, I don't use a hair curler. This is just what my hair does when I take a shower. I don't know what to tell you, so. I like your hair, thank you, Day. But yeah, I don't know what to tell you. So why are cat ears 150k? Because otherwise I would have them on every stream and it would drive me absolutely insane. That's why. Also, I'm out of focus. Hello? Hi. Hi there. Didn't mean to be out of focus. Nice to see you. I said the same thing in VC the other day. It keeps happening. Yeah. Oh god, not the same. Yeah, breakdown. It's time to have a break dance. About to draw Origin Xander, fuck yeah. Hi there. Hi there. Didn't mean to be out of focus. Do we remember the art? Does everybody remember the art? Because I put in a little bit of off-stream grinding. I changed the poses a little bit. I added all of the suggestions that you guys talked about. I, for the love of me, cannot remember. You guys are gonna have to remind me, because I just remember I was so sick during the art stream last time that I was like in and out of it. Who the fuck was the one who was so intense on this with me? Like, who was helping me design this and like helping me decide like how they sit, and like was the only person who wanted, was it Wicked? That really wanted to make sure I didn't do the modern stuff, that they wanted the close to canon stuff. It was Ink? Okay. I need Ink in here. Somebody go at Ink. Somebody go scream at Ink, because this shit's for Ink. I went all the way with the canon style. Where's Foxy this time? I straight up still don't know. There still is no Foxy there. Actually, it looks like all of my stuffed animals have just been covered by me making my bed. He's in this room, I'll tell you that much. Foxy's somewhere in my bedroom, I'm telling you that for sure. But somebody needs to go yell at Wicked Ink, because I tried my best to go full canon, entirely focused on, like, canon, like, actions and designs that could cause the design, but I went all the way in, fully designed our boys. I've never designed, like, a canon nowadays Tubbo. Like I have like younger whatever, but like oh, I'm yeah. Anyways, are you guys ready to see? Also, this is just on because I was really cold. It might end up coming off. I can have one of those dramatic moments of me taking off my jacket. The people will later turn into a fan cam because that's a thing. What's your favorite DSMP character, Tubbo or Technoblade? Very easy choice for me. It's one of those two. I will not decide between those two. Wilbur is a close second place since Techno and Tubbo share first place. But yeah, those are magnificent. Technoblade indeed, yes. I just actually don't happen to be wearing Technoblade merch right now. I usually am, but I'm currently wearing my Wilbur Soot merch and my Rambu merch, and I'm also wearing Fundy pants. So, like, I'm wearing quite a few different things. Jack Manifold Enjoyer, so valid. That is so valid. Alright. So. Do you guys want to see some art? So. I'm quite proud of where all of this has ended up. Okay. So, I did a little bit of pose changing on this one. This is the Ink. I'm so glad you're here. I need you. I finished the designs and I really leaned in to everything that we were talking about. I went back and I read all the comments about where we wanted things and how we wanted them and how important it was to have them designed. I'm very confident now in my designs. If we do dare, can we do anything? I have the right to deny anything you dare me if I don't want to, which is the funny part. But it's kind of out there. The 80 plus channel point, good lord. Okay. But so this is, it's so sad flipping between these two because it's agonizing. But so this is the design of Tommy and Tubbo on July 8th of 2020, before all of this began. Are you ready to see I worked so hard on this. The second one, by the way, is a 9-hour sketch. It took me 9 hours to finish sketching it. So, here's the final. It took so long, and I put everything in. Everything you guys talked about, everything you wanted, all of the details. Both of them have prosthetics. Tommy with the leg prosthetic. I have Tommy with the arm around his thigh rather than his calf, like you've talked about. I went full in with the Snowchester coat. I've got extra details on just everything. I spent so long on this. But here we are. Oh my god, this has taken so long. I'm really happy with it. I really hope you're happy with it. I love it so much you made me turn British. Wallpaper when it's coming. Let me finish the art first. So yeah, these are the two. Which it really upsets me to flip between these two. It's yeah, even the benches are, yeah, it's kind of agonizing to flip between the two and watch everything kind of change. It makes me die. But yeah, there's so many little things that I want to point out. So like, okay, yes, the patches on the leg, the bandana is around the neck. We did go leg prosthetic for Tommy. We also went arm prosthetic for Tubbo. I also I gave Tommy the horns from after the second time that he died. I gave Tubbo double horns because I love that headcanon that he has two. I have so many little things that I have like the plaid for like the drape over that covers this shoulder because he can't wear a sleeve on the shoulder is the same pattern as the other arm's sleeve so that they're clearly the same fabric. Like I have the little bandana around Tubbo's leg that'll be red for Tommy because yes, like I put all of the little things into it. I have Tubbo's radiation eye in there. The ears are pointed down rather than up, but also just in the shape of the bodies because the body language is so important here, right? Because in this first one, Tommy is wide open. I mean, he is arms and legs spread. He's so ready. He's so confident. He's sure. He's cocky. He's young and excited. And so and Tubbo is completely relaxed. Like, he's not like, fuck yeah, we're gonna take everything over, but he's not shy either, which is why I changed his leg. Originally, I had him with his leg pulled in, but I decided to just let it, like, lounge out to the side because Tubbo started just completely chill. Whatever was going on, yeah, fuck it, whatever. I'll go with whatever. Whatever Tommy wants to do, whatever Dream wants to do, whatever Sapnap wants to do, I'll go along with it. The qualified hype man, you know, the guaranteed hype boy, right? And also the shapes of their bodies. Tommy looks like a teenager. He's tall and he's lanky and he's weird. And Tubbo is small. He's small stature in everything. Like, they're shaped like teenagers, right? And in this one, you can see just in the way that I drew Tubbo, his shoulders are wider, his stance is wider, his arms are wider. He's no longer a 15-year-old, he's a 19-year-old. He's growing up. Like, well, because in lore, he's older than he is in real life. Like, it's you know, he's shaped like an adult now. He went from being shaped like a lanky teenager to being shaped like an adult. And Tommy didn't. Tommy is still tall and thin and a little too lanky for all of his limbs, because in those formative years where he should have been growing into an adult, he was in exile. So instead of becoming an adult and turning into, you know, like a fully formed human, he's still this awkward, lanky, limbs too long for his body kind of teenager, because he never, like, got that chance to finish, like, developing. Anyways, I spent so much time on this. Fuck ads, we love ads, you're so right. Frogs like frogs, thank you so much for the follow and welcome home. It's an honor to have you. Oh my god, I need a drink of water. I've ranted too quickly. Wicked ads indeed, thank you so much. Also, I'm gonna have so much energy today, specifically because it is my first day where I don't feel sick. Like, I can breathe in through my nose, my lungs don't crackle, like, it's, oh, I'm feeling so good. The bench, I just saw the bench, yeah, the bench has a bunch of little tidbits on it. It says Prime on it, it says We Were Here, it says Milo Manberg, and the Techno's crown in the corner. I'm in agony, so, I also did a little bit more work. I'd be lying if I told you I just did the sketches. So here's this. Cyber, hey, how are you? Good to have you. I did miss you. So here's this. I've got the first layer down. I'm actually gonna change Tubbo's skin tone a little bit. I based it off of his Minecraft skin tone, and it just feels a little weird. So I'm probably gonna shift it a little bit warmer because it feels a little yellow undertoned, and I don't quite believe, like that's accurate. But yeah. We've got that. Here we go, hello. It's been a minute. Tubbo skin, indeed. This is the original Tubbo skin and everything. Like, oh god, it's so weird. But yeah, so this is... I also know I'm gonna get corrected on this. I'm fully aware that Tubbo's original skin is blonde. I don't care. I originally colored it blonde, and I hated it. I can't do it. I can't do blonde Tubbo. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't like the look. It feels weird. It's too far into just the South Park characters. So anyways, that's whatever. And I have just noticed blonde Tubbo isn't right. It's just not. It just feels weird. It feels, I don't know. It feels incorrect. Something about it just feels wrong. There we go. But yeah, hang on. His skin tone feels... I feel like it's just too yellow. I don't know what it is. Yeah, we're just like in like really orange. Let's just go there, maybe. Airbrushing. Too warm. Too dark. No. God, skin tones suck. Like that. That might be more where we need to be. That feels a little bit better. I'll still play around with it, but what drawing game is this? This is the app Procreate. This is Procreate. It is a paid app. But it is like yeah, this is where I do all of my art. Also, I would lie to you if I told you I didn't work on this one too. I have started this one as well, and it's something else. I like your hair, Xander. Thank you. Yeah, it's just we're super curly today. This one curl for some reason is like determined to be in front of my face. instead of like over to the side, so I don't know what to do about it. I have a nickname for you, and your nickname is Ace? I've been nicknamed. All right, I'll take it. Yes, Tommy will have the white streak in his hair. I just haven't colored that part yet. If you can see it drawn slightly separately, but yeah, I just haven't added in the color. Hey Zell, what's up? Good to see you. Favorite boy indeed. But yeah, so with the colors and everything, you can start to see the oh god. It's a lot. It's a lot to see the color change in just all of it feels like, yeah, I don't know. So today's goal is going to be working on getting the flats down on this one. Yeah. There's oh god, I would gift a sub today, but I need to save my money for alcohol for a party tonight. You know what? I will not judge. Thank you, Tech, for the gifted bits. I will take those instead, and I hope you have a good party. Please stay safe. Drink your water, eat your food. Alcohol will do bad things to an empty stomach. You know to be smart. His shirt is slightly grayed. Is it from all the ash? It is. There's if you look at the colors really closely, several colors have dulled. The shirt is duller. It's kind of grayed. His hair is duller. His skin tone is duller. The red on his shirt and his shoes has gotten duller. Like, his eyes are duller. I focused in on all of it. I promise you. I put my whole Zandosi into this. I'm dedicated to getting this right. This is my first time designing these two like this. I've never done like a full, like, the shoes look darker. Yeah, the shoes are darker. Because they're like old and dirty. Can you imagine wearing the same shoes through everything that Tommy went through? Also, while I was drawing all of this, the realization that everything Tommy's been through, dying in the prison, the time in exile, running a country, losing his family, blowing up in a nuke, bitch did all that in khakis. He did all that in khakis. Like, what? There's just something about that that just tickles me. Like, it's just so funny to me. I don't know why. But anyways, yeah, that was one of the things I was thinking about. I need coffee. Coffee. Okay. So yeah, my focus today is going to be flat colors. I feel like his knees would have mega scrapes, for real though. That's actually why I've turned them into shorts. Is because I imagine he probably destroyed the bottom of them and just ended up hemming them. I've never watched the DSMP, that's totally fine. A lot of people have not. Bench graffiti, yeah, we have Prime, we have We Were Here, we have My Lemanberg, and then up here we have Technoblade's Crown. The horns are gender, not gonna lie. Which ones? Which gender are you? Tubbo horns or Tommy horns? Which one is which gender? I am a Tubbo horns person. Quick name of Pokemon? Lucario. I love Lucario. Lucario is like one of my favorite Pokemons of all time. I missed the lore streams. Yeah, they were something. Can you write Jack Manifold was here on the bench somewhere? For what reason? For why? Tubbo horn gender? Tubbo? The crown? Yeah. Yeah, do you like? Oh god, I love Lucario. Oh god, Tommy's eyes, they're so dull. They're so dull. Because no reason needed. I'm not writing Jack Manifold was here on this bench where Tommy is promising Tubbo to the ends of the earth, when less than 24 hours later Jack Manifold is the reason that Tommy and everybody else on the SMP dies. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I can't do it. But yeah, so while I'm working on this, I'll start with Tommy's hair since you guys wanted that real quick. So one of the thing is today is it's that day. It is November 16th, which means that it's officially been 2 years since the Manberg Pogtopia War era. 2 years since Schlatt lost his life, Wilbur lost his life, Manberg was ended, and then subsequently Le Manberg was immediately blown up by our dear little Wilby. Um, it was definitely an event. If you were one of the people who got to see it live, like myself, you remember how insane the world was that day. I mean, it was ridiculous. Like that was something else that day. There we go. White Streak Boy. Would it be possible to add a little gray to the tones of Tommy's eyes? Make the dullness pop more. Yeah, I can do that. I was there for those, bro. Yeah. Dear little Wilby, our Wilby, for that ass. I was bro Culver's. Go, enjoy, please. Please. That was my first live lore stream. Imagine my fucking surprise. That is insane that was your first. God, that's crazy. Saturn, hello! Hi, Saturn, how are you? God, what was my first live lore stream? Oh God, I think the first one I saw live, I don't remember. I think it was Wilbur's first time on the SMP. The day that they started the hot dog van to sell drugs. I think that was the first one I saw live, where they ran around the server trying to convince everybody that the what do you call those? The brewing stands, that the brewing stands gave you violent diarrhea and that they had to confiscate all of them. That was the first one I was on. I remember being on Zoom during class and watching lore streams instead of paying attention. I fully admit that I have watched lore streams at work several times. You know what? It's just, you do what we gotta do around here. I do not know how exactly to color this just yet in terms of several parts of it. I'm just gonna kind of try to figure it out as I go, I guess. But yeah, this is not exactly something I'm aware of how I want to color it yet. But I'm gonna just kind of do my damnedest. I know I'm gonna do like silver metal for this, but like doing this part I'm gonna have to figure out. Same, I watched so many at work, yeah. I really remember reading Dream SMP Fix during class and being bullied by my friends. Yeah, we all kind of got bullied for that era. Especially if you were in like middle school, high school era, like during the height of Dream SMP, you definitely got a lot of shit for it. Like, it was really bullied in schools. Luckily, I was out of school. I was in college, but like, imagine like showing up to college classes in Dream SMP merchandise. Little weird. Little something else. He got the prosthetic while he was at Techno. Maybe based the color pattern off of Techno's influence. You're so right. You're so right about that, actually. I didn't talk to anyone, so I was safe from the bullying. That's valid. Whenever I said anything about the Dream SMP, I'd constantly be called a Dream Stan. Yeah, that was an era for sure. That was a whole thing. That if you had any interest in the Dream SMP, that you were automatically labeled a Dream Stan because he was the only one that existed. Clearly, it was a really weird time. I'll fully admit. But yeah, I don't know. All of it was weird. And thinking that, like, realizing, like, genuinely how long ago that was, that really was 2 entire years ago, is really, really strange to me. Because, like, that just doesn't seem reasonable. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing. But, like, it doesn't seem reasonable to say that was 2 years ago. Like, and now to think that 2 years later, it's over. All the people who used to talk about Dream SMP IRL are all out of the fandom now. It sucks. Yeah, a lot of people really did fade out of it. I actually said Pog in class once, and the immediate shit I felt. Yeah, I never said Pog before the Dream SMP. That was just not a thing. I miss B-Duo. Don't bring up B-Duo in my presence. They're my favorite. B-Duo got me through existing. I don't want to talk about it. But no, I get it. Like, it's hard. Oh wait, that's not the color I want for this. I want this. It's definitely it's hard kind of like letting go of all of it, but I also feel like now is a good time for it. I also have a bunch more to say about how much I absolutely fucking hate the new changes. And by the new changes, I mean like the like reboot style thing that they're doing for DSMP version 2. Uh, I have so much to complain about this. I think it is the stupidest thing they've probably ever done. I think it was a stupid writing choice, and I'm angry about it, and I'm gonna talk about it. Damn shippers, dead ass. Like, yeah, B-Duo is Ron and Tubbo, yeah. Your style is so cool. Thank you, Oak. I'm kind of out of the Dream SMP fandom, but I'm still in the Minecraft community. Yeah, the Dream SMP to Minecraft YouTube community pipeline is quite strong, thankfully. I'll never let go. They better bury my ass with my merch, deadass. Dude, the amount of money I have spent on merch is kind of sickening. But yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. Let's just say. But yeah, I don't there's a lot to all of this. Oh god, I have so many layers. I need to divvy some of this up. I need to like what color what is this? A shirt? We're gonna do bandages on this layer too. Fuck it. We're doing bandages on the shirt layer. That's what we're gonna do. I have far too many layers for this damn thing. But yeah, no, I was just complaining about this yesterday because oh god. I want purple merch, that's valid. I didn't spend over $200 on merch for it not to be taken in my grave. Yeah. Oh, way over 200 for myself. I mean, it's probably closer to $600, like admittedly. No, oh my god, I can't even. I have 5 Technoblade shirts. Right? 5 Technoblade shirts. 2 Wilbur shirts. A Dream hoodie. A Fundy hoodie and the Fundy track pants. The Rambu fucking Letterman jacket and the bucket hat. Like, I don't even know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Your hair looks amazing. Thanks, Milo. Oh god. But yeah, no, I've admittedly spent more on merch than I would like to admit. I kind of just got swept up in it like everybody else did. Like, there was just something that felt urgent about it, which was, I think, kind of the fun of it, is that, like, everything felt urgent. Like, you had to buy it right now because this is what we have to do. This is the thing that's going on right now. And there was just something, like, there was something really fun about it in such a dorky way. But yeah, I don't know. That's just my own little thing. I think it's fun how just chaotic it all is. It was limited. Yeah, that's I guess that's definitely part of it. Like god, I don't know, there was something about like buying Rambu's merch like live while like I was watching his stream. I was at work. I was literally delivering Domino's pizza and trying to put my merch orders in, like desperately hitting submit, and the cart button was disappearing and nothing was letting me check out, and I was like 400 people back in the waiting line, and like yes, it was so chaotic. Like it was like that was the fun of it. The fun of the fandom was just how absolutely wild it was. Like it was wild. Like it was about getting caught up in just like the movement of an entire generation. Like not us both buying merch at work. Yeah, it's just god, I don't even know what to say about it. It was just insane. It was absolutely fucking insane. I don't know. It was definitely something else. And I think that was a lot of the draw for me, was just like being part of such a massive community, because that's what felt important about it. It like, especially in the beginning for me at least, I really didn't give like as much of a shit about the story in the beginning as I do now. But in the beginning it was about this community. I have a question for you. What's up? It was glorious and I want it back. Yeah. It felt so wrong that nothing happened today. Yeah. What will you do when you find Foxy again? I'll display him. I'll display him behind me. The Ron merch community, deadass. Like, I don't know, man. It's yeah. I've talked about before, like the social impacts of the Dream SMP. And I think it's something that needs to be talked about a little bit more. And like I could go on for it all day. I've actually been considering making a video on it just because the like I don't even know what to say about it. Like I don't know. I want to make a video on it because I just have so much to say about the impacts that it had on the world and the fact that the world will never be the same. You know, like people who participated in it as like one of their first major fandoms don't realize how insane the Dream SMP fandom was, how insane the takeover was. Like I don't even know what to say about it. I went to a marching band competition and stood merch and 2 people complimented me. Fuck yeah. I've had people compliment me on techno merch and I've almost cried. I went to Walmart today and saw Beyblades. I swear those things doubled in size. Dead ass. Guys, we rise at dawn, son of a bitch. Like, the fact that, like, I don't know. There are worlds that there are things that are created in the Dream in the world that didn't exist before the Dream SMP fandom existed. Like, there are things that have been created because of this, and I think that's just fucking magical. And I think it's so cool. And maybe I'm, like, genuinely kind of a dork for that, but I don't care. I saw you over here. But enough about praising it. Let's complain. My favorite thing to do. Everybody here probably knows how the Dream SMP ended, right? I'm not going to spoil things for anybody. I went to the mall in a Wilbur shirt and someone started a conversation with me and I almost died. Not a fan in the wild. Oh god. I don't know. I would like to complain for just a moment if I'm permitted to. Dream is a clever guy, okay? When it comes to profiting off of things, he knows the algorithm well. He understands that if he changes the name of the SMP, that it will not hold the same amount of importance, and that if he lets these characters that were built up for so long die off, that a large majority of the fandom may leave, right? And that's totally fine. So I understand his desire to want to keep the fandom around. However, I think he ruined the Dream SMP. Name a Pokemon type, Xander. Pokemon type? Dragon types don't get enough attention. Dragon type. You don't get enough dragon types out there. I wish they would have went with all new characters. Yes. Now, as somebody who absolutely loves literary analysis and the breaking down of media and why media does and doesn't work and why it does and doesn't resonate with an entire culture and the interest that can be created around a certain form of media, as somebody who is invested in all of that kind of stuff and deeply interested in all of that kind of stuff and has at least some buy-in for the reason why people could be interested in things. I love to break down that kind of stuff in stories, in media, in literature, all of the above, right? So, to see what Dream did in his desperation to keep the fandom relevant, and wrote a fucking amnesia plot, because it's clear that Tubbo and Tommy were not interested in that plot. Tubbo said it on his fucking, his stream or whatever, that he was not interested in the amnesia plot, and he thinks that it's a lazy cop-out. To a certain degree, he kind of sort of said that. And he said that regardless, it's above his lore pay grade, and that there's nothing he can do to change it, which means that was a Dream decision, right? And I understand it's a marketing decision because he wants to keep it alive. But I'm telling you right now that he killed the fandom because of it. He has ruined the chances of V2 actually mattering. Everything feels fake already. Do you miss techno? Of course, man. Of course, mate. Like, yes, absolutely. I asked my mom for some techno merch and said I'm not getting merch for some dead YouTuber. Ask again. Do it. Ask again. I gotta make a Dragon Lucario? Yes! That's such a cool concept. Do it. Do it. I dare you. But yeah, I don't name if you watch a lot of TV shows, if you watch anime, if you read books, if you anything of that sort, right? Any of those things. Name a single time a amnesia plot where a character forgets everything that happened and slowly regains their memory, was literally ever written well. Ever. One example. You don't even have to give me a list. Give me a single example. Because I've not seen a single example of a movie, a TV show, an anime, a book, even a fan fiction that felt well written, well thought out, and not cheap cop out that had anything to do with amnesia. Literally never. It always feels cheap, it feels fake, it feels forced. The AO3 fanfiction I read on Webtoon I like, checkmate, fuck, she fucking got me, shit. Like, I know that in theory, there's a way that you can do it. If, and only if, your audience doesn't already know what happened. Because I can imagine that this is going to be something where these characters slowly gain back bits of their memory. And maybe they gain back the wrong bits of their memory. Gasp. And maybe they're thrown off because what they thought was the truth was actually a false memory. They remembered it wrong. And the reality is it actually went a completely different way. And here's how it actually went. Except as a viewer, that's not going to be like, whoa, oh my god. What it's going to be is frustrating and annoying and repetitive. Because I already know what happens. I'm not surprised. Hi, Ash. I'm complaining. Like, it's so frustrating. Because, like, I don't know, man. It just feels so frustrating. It feels like such a cheap cop-out. Because now these people are contained to the fact that these are the same characters. If this is an amnesia plot, which it is being very highly considered that it might be, these are the same people. Tubbo is still Tubbo, which means he still looks like this. Are we going into the new world with Tommy looking like this? Huh? Do they still bear the same scars? If this is an amnesia plot, do they still have the same scars? Is Tommy still missing a leg? Is Tubbo missing an arm? Like, are these, because these are the same. Amnesia doesn't change who you are as a person. It doesn't rewrite your DNA. Like, I don't know, man. There's just, I can't, they could have had so many options to just let it all go and be like, okay, guys, thank you so much for being a part of this. We're gonna start all over, wipe the slate, brand new. We can learn to love characters again. I don't want to go into season 2 with a rat-ass looking Tommy missing half of the fucking leg, wandering around being friends with Dream and making bases. That's not what I wanted. I wanted a fresh start. Like, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I don't know, man. Like, it's just like, I don't know what to say about it. It's such a weird, frustrating thing, and I think I'm gonna make more like videos like commenting on it, because there's things I want to say about it, guys. A genuine question here, and I just as a like a genuine thing. Hello Ethan. If I were to make long form YouTube videos, not necessarily long, but if I were to make like long form YouTube videos where I sat and ranted about stuff like this, like literary analysis stuff, or even like other world analysis viewed through the lens of like the Dream SMP, would you guys be interested in it? Because I've been writing a script for one, and I kind of have an idea. I don't remember my colors. That's what it is. Because I've been writing a script for one, and I think it might actually be kind of sort of fun to do that. And I'm not entirely sure, but it's something I kind of want to do. Podcast? Yeah, kind of podcast style, essentially. Yeah, essentially just a podcast in a video form, essentially, because I want to make the YouTube video. Yes? I think Dream really underestimated the love the fandom had. Most of us would have ended up loving and being more excited for new characters. The Dream SMP stumbled into its importance, and this time he tried to force it and lost half of it. Exactly! That's what's important. Okay, here's one of the things that people don't understand, and that's that media that tries to succeed very rarely will. And I know that sounds super fucking counterintuitive, but hear me out for just a second. every time a media tries to be something, you know, like they try to force a certain energy or a certain devotion or a certain importance upon itself. When they view themselves with an already established level of importance, the media, almost without fail, always fails. Like, we have seen it over and over again. Look at essentially every SMP that started trying to be some Dream SMP knockoff. Not to sniff at Origins SMP, but Origins SMP. And every other SMP that was started with the concept of, well, Dream SMP worked, we could make this work, because they go into it with this level of consciousness thinking that it already should be important and therefore has to live up to some large convoluted plot before their viewers are even invested in the concept of this world existing, and therefore they take their own importance to such a level that they don't actually put in the effort to make themselves important enough to be listened to. They just assume that you should be invested in them because that's the way a story is meant to be. You don't open a book and immediately have investment in the characters. You spend the first couple of chapters introducing those characters and making you care about them, because that's how you get a reader to care about the rest of your fucking book. If you start an SMP with a concept of people should care about this because it's important, and therefore you don't give me a reason to think your characters are important, it will fail 10 times out of 10. That's why the Dream SMP succeeded at the level it did, is because it didn't take itself seriously. It didn't look at itself with some reverent level of self-importance. All it was a little funny, goofy thing that people slowly ended up enjoying. And as other people started taking it more seriously, it took itself more seriously. And you can see the fail happen when it took itself too seriously and it cracked. And that's when it started to lose its ability. Like, that level of self-importance is what ruins art. When art starts viewing itself as self-important, it completely ruins the point of the art. It proposes this concept of being self-important because I said it is, and not because you enjoy the actual concept of art that I'm presenting to you. Like, oh god, yeah, these X's are meant to be read. Sorry, I'm so focused. I'm so you know what I mean? Thank you. Did I get the rest of these colors right? I think I got the rest of them right. I know this all sounds like I'm like talking out my ass, but you're gonna tell you before you realized it when it was almost done. Yeah. It's just, there's so much to all of this. You know what I mean? Like, it's, No one dreamed during lore the other day. Let's go eat lunch. Yeah. Eat a grilled cheese, deadass. I think that's what's important, is letting it just be fun. The grilled cheese caught me so off guard, right? But okay, the thing is though, right? I'm gonna be honest here. I liked it, but I didn't. Now here's why, okay? There's actually a fallibility to some of this stuff that is deeper than you think it is. And I'm gonna connect this in by comparing, this is gonna sound so outlandish, the Dream SMP and the Marvel movies, right? Because the Dream SMP has taken the exact same arc that the Marvel movies have, and I think that the Dream SMP in the end is failing for the same reason that the Marvel movies nowadays are failing, considering the older fans. The Dream SMP is still interesting to the newer fans, but the older fans who watch the older content don't care about the newer content as much for the same reason that old Marvel fans don't care about the new Marvel movies. And it's because of this infallibility in terms of emotional buy-in. Now... This is, I swear I'm not making crazy jumps. I promise this makes sense to a certain degree, right? Okay. Marvel movies and Dream SMP did the same thing where they took up a certain level of importance, and Marvel movies used to be very, very kind of goofy and silly to a certain degree, right? They were kind of goofy and silly to a certain degree, but they were also important, you know? They were comic books, they told good stories, they had laughs, they had light moments, they had dark moments, whatever, okay? Dream SMP was the same thing. Dream SMP was very natural in the beginning. It had serious moments that were serious, and immediately after would have silly, goofy moments, because at the end of the day, these are still just people being people behind a screen, you know? Like, there's nothing all too serious about any of it. Don't play the lore music while I'm explaining my hyperfixations. Cocaine Jesus is one of my favorite songs, right? POV, you're Matt Pat from Game Theory. That's how I feel sometimes. Language, really? Like, yes, they took themselves lightly in a way that we were allowed to also take lightly, but they had buy-in for the serious moments, okay? And then both the Dream SMP and Marvel movies made a certain mistake that a lot of area of literature has started making the mistake in recently, and it's bothering me deeply. And it's that they're leaning into quote unquote realism. Why is Xander upside down? It's a redeem. People can redeem to flip me. I'll flip back in a couple minutes. It does it itself. But so in recent media, people have been leading towards what they call realism, but when they say realism, what they really mean is grimdark, because that's essentially what the media has become now. For some reason, realism is read as grimdark. Now, Overly Sarcastic Productions has a fantastic video talking all about the change that happened when something changed from being realism to grimdark. It started with the whole Batman series. It's a long story. Go watch Overly Sarcastic Productions if you want the whole breakdown on exactly how that went down. Not on that layer. But essentially, the summary of it is that realism in literature and in storytelling and stuff is supposed to take place by analyzing actual consequences that happen in the media through the lens of the reality, right? Yeah, you saw that. Yeah, okay, yeah. So, like, it's that concept of, you know, viewing a fantasy medium with realistic consequences, okay? If somebody gets shot, maybe they actually really get hurt and die, instead of every fantasy movie where people get shot and walk away. Stuff like that. But we've taken it to mean grimdark, as in reality is horrible and dark and convoluted and evil and everything wants you to die and everyone's sad. And, like, in the olden days, when you wanted to add reality to movie, olden days, I say, that sounds really offensive, in, like, the 90s and shit, thank you for the bits, Ash. In the 90s and shit, when you wanted to add realism to your character, you gave them alcoholism, because that was the realism. Nowadays, it's trendy and fun to give all of your characters PTSD, because it's realistic. And if they've gone through a viable amount of trauma, it's viable to explore the consequences that would have on your character's psyche by giving them post-traumatic stress disorder, right? Like, that's kind of what realism has taken into it, is that concept of, like, really watching what happens to characters when they go through this kind of stuff. My drawing right now is a good example of that. It's analyzing, like, we really watched what these characters went through, and this grim, violent, like, imagery of what these kids look like now is the concept of what really happens, the real consequences that would happen to them living through these scenarios, even though it's a fantasy universe, right? The Outsiders movie sweating in the corner, dead ass. So, like, that's like the way that they've taken it. And both the Marvel movies and the Dream SMP leaned into realism, but instead of leaning into realism, they leaned into the grimdark fantasy, in which everything is horrible and dark and sad and depressing, only for the sake of it being realistic and the real world is cruel, and completely misses the entire point of what realism is supposed to be, which is, you know, good and bad in equal quantities, because that is how realism works. Instead, it's just that everything is dark and depressing and horrible. You guys remember this era of the Dream SMP, namely Tommy's Exile section. It's overdone. It's violent. It's depressing. It's watching these characters be sad just for the reason to be sad. The Dream SMP saw that people were enjoying this really intense lore, and they said, lean into it, keep going, beat the dead horse until it's dead. And then beat it some more for some extra cash because I'm a YouTuber and I crave monetary gain. Don't we all? That's the whole point, right? Like, that's what they ended up doing. They took this thing that we clearly were enjoying and they squeezed the ever-living lemonade life out of us until they got every last drop of it and made us cry about things that didn't need to be cried about. They made everything so deeply sad. Not saying Exile Arc was a bad arc. Exile Arc was one of the best arcs personally, because it was just a fun arc to watch and it was a turning point for the rest of the era. But it started the downfall of the Dream SMP because they leaned so far into, oh, if they like being sad, let's make everything sad. Everyone dies, everyone suffers, everyone's having traumatic flashbacks, everybody's scared of each other. Like, let's just make everyone sad. And the Marvel movies did the same thing, right? All the Marvel movies started getting really dark. They, like, I mean, like, Batman is, like, a depressed evil guy or whatever now, but so, like, the Marvel movies of, like, I don't know, even Avengers started feeling really dark. Like, all of the movies were really grim and you know, everybody was sad and depressed and you know what I mean? Like, it was like everything was kind of just falling apart, and it wasn't much fun to watch anymore. I mean, it was fun to watch in a cathartic way because it was like, oh, glad to get that off my chest. I've sobbed at a Marvel movie for the past 6 hours. Like, now I'm feeling a lot better. Like, but that's, yeah, even the lighting and shit, everything is darker, physically grimy, dark sadness, you know? And it's the same concept of the idea of your eyes will adjust to darkness. It felt so normal that we just started not giving a shit about, like, well, yeah, everything is horrible and bad because everything's horrible and bad. Fuck it, whatever. I guess that's just what it is now, right? But they took it a step further, the Marvel movies and the Dream SMP, because people started calling them on it, saying all of this is getting too dark and you're taking yourself too seriously. Well, hang on there, Cyberset just says, I need to hydrate, I'll hydrate. Okay, apologies. Now, there is nothing that makes my tiny little artist heart clench more than the theory of being told you're trying too hard. That's scary. That's scary. And I'm sure it's scary from the Dream SMP members, and I'm sure the Marvel movies didn't like it either, but Marvel's a totally removed thing. But even as myself, if I'm told that I'm like really excited about my media and I'm really working hard on an art piece, being told you're trying too hard is really being told you're putting too much effort into an art piece that isn't worth that much work, and you're taking yourself too seriously. You know, your art doesn't deserve to be taken that seriously. It essentially is saying that the quality of work doesn't deserve this level of importance. That's not an easy thing to get told. You know what I mean? I don't know what color I want to make Devil's Horns right now. This for now. Like, that's not an easy thing to get told. That's not the color I want. This will work for now. Like, that's not an easy thing to get told, to say you're trying too hard, because, like, I immediately want to cringe, because that's what the internet does, right? That's what the internet does to people who try too hard. You cringe at them. You look at them flailing desperately, trying to create the best thing they can, and you shake your head, and you twist your tongue, and you go, man, they're really trying too hard. Like, they're really putting too much into it. As if we're gonna shame somebody for genuinely putting a high amount of attempt into something that they actually care about. Like, that's a difficult thing to swallow. And so what a lot of people do is oh god, there's a name for it. There's a name for it. Lampshading. Lampshading. They lampshade is what they do. And lampshading is this thing that you do in media where you kind of point out the flaws of it in almost like a tongue-in-cheek way so that your viewers can't point out the flaws in it. And that's what that fucking grilled cheese sandwich comment felt like. You know? What it felt like was Dream getting too scared to commit to his own lore for fear of being viewed as cringy. Which is so fucking rich coming from somebody who runs the Dream SMP, right? But it literally felt like he was getting too intense in the moment and was like, oh no, I'm getting too dedicated to this lore, this is getting cringy, I need to remind everybody that I know this is a joke and that it's just a Minecraft game. Like, yeah, I know these are the same color, I have to figure out what color to make these. I might end up going way lighter, like something like this, but I'll figure that out later. But like I don't know, man. That's what it felt like was like hanging a lampshade on the fact that Dream knew what he was doing was kind of cringy. And instead of just owning it and like fully going in on the lore and committing to, like, yeah, maybe it is cringy. You're fucking role-playing in Minecraft. Is that cringy? Probably not. Cringe doesn't actually exist. Everything is false and your reality around you is crumbling. Like, accept it. But I like it just, I don't know, man. It just, ugh. Dream is seen as cringy overall. Yes, literally everything to do with Dream is cringy because he's Dream. Yes, except cringe doesn't actually exist. People just think it's cringe. And it's not. None of it's cringe. People just like to believe that it's cringe so that they can somehow stand on the outside and say, they're cringe, not me, and I have nothing wrong with me, and you have everything wrong with you. Like, Dream lampshading his lore didn't feel like the old days, you know? Tommy and Tubbo messing up on the lore, and them, like, accidentally having to TP and burning the discs and missing and not actually getting to escape, that felt like the old days. That was humans being humans, trying their best, but genuinely messing up and kind of just laughing with each other because they're still humans behind the screen, right? Dream's little let's go get a grilled cheese sandwich didn't feel like Haha, funny, I'm still a human behind the screen. It felt like I'm too anxious to fully commit to my character being serious right now because you might think it's cringy. So I'm going to add in a joke to remind you that I know that this is a joke and I'm not taking it seriously and you can't laugh at me because I'm not actually dedicated into this thing. So I'm going to point it out before you point it out so that you can't tell me how bad of a thing I'm doing. He's insecure. It was forced. It was just... you know? It was It was The whole thing was I feel about it. Like, it sucks because he's such a good voice actor when he is. We saw him in the prison. When he puts his ass into voice acting, it's really well done. It's very intense. I really, really do enjoy it because he's able to put that kind of like emotion into his voice. Like, you're insecure. Yeah. Like, it's so frustrating to see him pull out like that and like lampshade himself. It's like Laura, me and my friends did for a bit. A lot of bloopers. Oh god. Come back here. I have to scroll. A lot of bloopers, so many accidents, not scripted and everything. It would have been like what the old days felt like, but now it just feels forced, and just hearing you talk about it tells me it seems forced, and I haven't even watched it. Yeah. Like, there's just something about it that... God, sorry. I keep having the desire to go and float my mouse over to my other screen where I know I could hover over that little viewer number and have it tell me exactly how many of you are listening to this, because I'm very dedicated to this important talk to me right now, and in my head, I'm like, is there enough people here that I should still be talking about this, or do I need to move on to something that will rapture their attention a little bit more and grab that little ADHD brain, shake the little jingles in front of the camera and keep your attention? But it doesn't matter. I don't care how many of you are here. I'm not looking. I don't fucking care. I'm gonna sip my coffee. We're here, Xander. You have my attention. Add/pause. I'm so glad. I'm sorry. I'm so like... I'm finally out of being sick, which means I've done nothing but like sleep for the past 4 days, so I've got energy buzzing through my bones like a million ducks. Like... Get out of my way, Geico man! I'm listening to a Xander rant! Thank you, I'm so glad. Oh my god. You got a monster one? Attention, you get attention. Dainty Dorcapus, that's a fantastic name. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome home. It's an honor to have you. But yeah, God, I don't know. It really is a damn shame. There were so many amazing things they could have done in the Dream SMP, and like, there was too many people who just wouldn't commit to being cringe. Like, a Zan rant emote? What would that look like? I'm down, but what would that look like? I'm interested. I'm invested. Hope, thank you so much for the follow and welcome home. It's an honor to have you here, mate. Xander with a gavel. Yeah. But like, my dogs love you just as much. They're listening. Hello, dogs. I don't blame Dream for lampshading, based on the reactions, a lot of hating media against him and his Dream SMP. I do understand. Hi, Casper. Acting is cringe, but that's the first lesson you learn to suck it up. Right. Okay, listen. I did, here's a little bit of Xander lore. I did improv in college. I was in improv club, and I did performances on stage in front of my college peers doing improv because that's the person I was. Deal with it. And one of the first things you have to get over, and before I even did improv club, you guys know I used to work at a haunted house. And the way that we tried out for haunted houses was improv days where you guys just did improv practice and work, and like, they would judge you based off of your improv, and that's how you got roles. That's how I got main roles. The fact is, role-playing and acting, voice acting, improving, all of that stuff, it is gonna feel cringy. But that's because of the definition of what cringe is. At the end of the day, the whole point of what cringe is, the definition of cringe at the end of the day, is just breaking some level of social norm. And there's a lot of social norms that float around in our head, and I taught an entire lesson on this in school about what is cringe? Why do we feel cringe? Why does cringe exist inside of us? Like, and it's a thing that keeps us emotionally and mentally safe from ourselves and from our peers, right? We act out in a way that is socially unacceptable, and then we realize that we are being socially unacceptable, and we get this internal, painful, yucky feeling that tells us you've stepped outside of the social boundaries, everybody is staring at you, and now you look like a big red sore thumb in the middle of a classroom. Shut the fuck up and stop talking and sit down. You know what I mean? And that little, like, twinge of embarrassment is what keeps us in line as human beings. It teaches us the social acceptance of where we are. When you are in church, you don't act like you are. When you're in school, you don't act like you are in front of your parents, in front of your therapist, in front of the boy that you're trying to impress on the basketball field. All of those different things are, you act differently, you know? Like, that's something that you learn from cringe. You learn from the implicit rules of the world that we live in. It is something that we learn based on making mistakes. You don't learn that something is cringy to do until you do it or witness someone else do it and watch them get cringed to death by a fucking manhammer. Yes, I said basketball field, leave me out of this. Like, it's, you know, but the thing is, cringe doesn't do any damage to us. It feels wrong because we're breaking a social norm, but it doesn't actually hurt anybody. There's no laws, there's no rules, nobody's getting damaged. The only suffering there is that cringe, yuck, stopping you feeling that tells you you will get looked at as weird. You will be the other if you act this way in public, right? And as soon as you can break that boundary, the fucking world is open to you. Like, you can do anything in public. And I'm not talking like those fucking YouTuber accounts that go around licking ice cream in grocery stores and taking the ice cream cone from the drive-thru lady from the ice cream on top and making other people's days miserable. I am not talking about that. That's a different problem, right? That is a whole other problem of socially irresponsible and completely inept human beings who cannot understand that they are not the only person that exists on the planet, and actually you're making everybody else's day worse. Please do actually shut the fuck up. You are cringe. But what I am talking about is the fact that, like, you can wear whatever you want in public. That's just a fact. Nothing you could wear in public will cause physical damage or emotional distress to anyone except maybe you if you are cringing internally too much. Do you know what I mean? Which means if you want to go dressed up in a skater skirt and like, you know, cat ears and like demonia boots and fishnets and, you know, go crazy all out, then do that. But a lot of people won't, because it is internally viewed as that's cringy, that's trying too hard, it's outside of the norm, and you're gonna get stared at. You're gonna get stared at. That's how that works. You know? You are going to get stared at. But that doesn't mean it's a bad thing, and nor does it mean that you should shy away from it. I love taking part in doing that and breaking that social norm, because it encourages other people to do that, you know? People are talking about, like, yeah, wearing merch in public. I want to wear mine I wear mine all the time, but people talk about how they're worried to. Do it. Wear the merch. I promise you, wearing a piece of merch is not the craziest thing you'll see somebody wearing that day. Walk into the fucking Walmart with the Dream hoodie on is not going to hurt anybody, you know? Yeah, sure, a Karen may clutch your person, call you filthy uncultured swine, but no one gives a shit about them. I will choose sometimes to go to a grocery store dressed in the most obscene outfits. I mean, I've gone with, like, my skeleton pants, I have, like, 4-inch platform demonia boots, a huge trench coat, I'll do really dark makeup and everything, like, to really stand out and be the person that draws all those stares towards me. Because I think it's fun to do that. First off, let me clarify. Let me clarify this, okay? I'm an attention whore. That's just a fact, okay? I like attention. Good attention, bad attention. I'm an attention kind of person. I want attention from other people, which is why there are times I really like to dress up chaotically, because I get stared at. If I drive into a parking lot and I turn my music up to make the little old lady stare at me because I'm playing death metal music as I'm driving through the white people neighborhood, yeah, I'm gonna get stares, but I like stares. I like attention, and I like it for several reasons, right? One of the reasons I like attention is because, well, it feels good. But the other reason of that, yeah, I had to get the real close-up shot. The other reason I like attention, right, is because it takes it off of the people around me. And I know that sounds really weird and ever so slightly backwards, but hear me out here for just a moment, okay? If I'm in the store, and there's a kid who's in the store wearing that Dream hoodie that they were afraid to wear in public today, and I walk in wearing 6-inch demonias and a trench coat, the little old lady with her purse is going to be staring at me, and that teenager in the dream hoodie is not going to get bothered today. If I am the loudest, most obnoxious person in the room, the hate comes at me. And I don't give a fuck what you think, so it doesn't bother me. But everybody else in the store is going to get off scot-free today because at least they don't look like a fucking raccoon rubbed their makeup all over my face. Like, do you know what I mean? If I am the most loudly queer, the most loudly autistic person in a room, and I'm chewing on my jewelry while wearing a trench coat, like, I'm the person who's getting those stares, and you can go do your grocery shopping without anybody staring at you for the day, which makes your day a little bit easier. Like, I'm willing to be the person who deals with it because I couldn't give a shit. Stare at me. I want the attention. Give me your negative attention, Karen. Tell me how much I'm going to hell. Yes, fuel my fire. I'm into it. Like, I don't care. So that those socially awkward kids who are afraid to go out are allowed to go out, you know? Man, there's a lot coming out this stream. I don't know what to tell you. I'm on something different today. I have gotten very little art done. There's so much in me right now. I'm gonna start strutting through Walmart in my old prom dress so Karen will be busy watching my regal ass sweep by instead of poor little Timmy who's just trying to buy his fruit snacks. Dead ass. As a person with social anxiety, thanks. That's, yes. And I don't just want to do it for the kids who want to wear their Dream SMP outfits in public and don't want to be looked at as weird. I want to do it so everybody knows that wherever I stand is safe. You know what I mean? That is why I like to stand out as visibly queer, visibly gay, visibly trans, visibly autistic, because it means that wherever I'm standing, that's a safe place. You know? If I can be the most loudly trans person in the room, every other kid who's questioning their gender and isn't quite sure if they're in a safe area right now suddenly knows that they're safe. I want to be visibly, obviously safe space. I don't want it to just be a little, the little safety pin. Yes, I've seen the safety pin thing. The safety pin thing is still technically a thing, but I don't want to walk around with just the safety pin to see, oh, maybe that person is the safe thing to do. No, I want to wear a big sticker that says, I'm trans, fuck the patriarchy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to go further. I want you to be able to see me from the other side of the room and know that if you need something, I'm there. That if you need me to go stand outside of the men's bathroom with my arms crossed so that no bitch walks in there so that you can go use the bathroom that makes you comfortable, you bet your ass I'm going to be doing that. You know what I mean? If you need somebody who's going to correct your pronouns because your mom keeps getting it wrong and you're too afraid to correct them, you better bet your tits that I'm going to do it. Like, I'm allowing that. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want. I want people to very obviously be able to look at me and immediately know, okay, I'm safe. It's fine. Like, I don't know, man. There's something just so important to that for me, that like to give that kind of comfort, because like I didn't ever see that shit growing up, man. Like walking around was not like, I couldn't just like run into people who I knew were safe to talk to. Like I didn't know who I could ask about pronoun things or gender things. So you guys know, I didn't even know trans was an option. I didn't even know gay was an option growing up. I have a lesbian grandma. I have a lesbian grandma who lives with my other grandma. Do you know when I figured that out? I was 14. I was 14 when I figured that shit out. Like, that was not presented as an option to me. It wasn't presented as a bad thing. It wasn't some, like, you're gonna go to hell for it. My family couldn't care less. But my family lives in a state of don't ask, don't tell. Do you know what I mean? I never figured out that my grandma was lesbian because I was, like, it was a huge secret, you know? It was the secret of the family. Not because they were ashamed, but because don't ask, don't tell. That was, like, the rule. It was, like, it's not something people need to know about. And my mom has always hated that I'm so loud and so visible with myself. Because she's like, it's going to ruin your future. It's going to ruin your prospective careers. Like, the people who you work with don't need to know that you're gay. The people who you work with don't need to know that you're trans. The people you work with don't need to know that you're queer. Do you know what I mean? Like that, like, she's fine with it. She never even questioned it. When I came out to her, like, I came home one day. Me coming out to my mom was such a weird situation. I literally came home one day and was like, hey, Mom, I'm dating somebody, and she's like, oh my god, what's his name? And I was like, her name is, and I'm not gonna say her name. And she was like, oh, okay, cool, and moved on. She did not care at all. I didn't put together until later that like, you know, figured out why. But like, the rule still was, you don't tell your cousins, you don't tell your aunts and uncles, you don't tell the family, because the family doesn't need to know. The family doesn't need to know. It's a secret. And it was such a weird feeling of shame. Do you know what I mean? It was such a weird feeling of that's supposed to be something private. That's not something you need to talk about. That's so wrong to me. So as soon as I've been given the chance, I have run in the opposite direction. I mean, I will be as loudly and visibly and obnoxiously queer and trans and gay and ace and all of the other things that I can wear as my labels, because man, oh man, I am collecting labels like fucking Pokemon cards, and one of these days I'm gonna start trading them out like fucking, I'm gonna duel you guys and send your pronouns to the fucking Shadow Realm. But like, you know what I mean? I want to be the kid, I want to be the person in public that lets the other people around me know that it's safe here. And like, that's what's important to me. Like, I think it's important that we give those options to people, and maybe it would have been easier for me if I knew that being trans was an option before the age of 16. You know? Is that what Rambu did? Yeah, he set your pronouns to the fucking Shadow Realm, Yu-Gi-Oh card style. He activated his fucking trap card and he took all of it. God. I don't know. It's such an important conversation. Bro, fight. I got my Charizard EX on deck. Yeah, my phrase, there's no need to fear, the queer is here. That deadass is gonna be with a... I'm gonna put that on my jacket. Oh my god. I saw a jacket the other day that was definitely not PC, like not politically correct or whatever, but it was an awesome jacket that said "Dead Man Don't Catcall." It was a fantastic jacket. Absolutely adored that jacket. That was quite a funny one. But yeah, there's just, you know what I mean. There's a lot to all of this. And like, radical stances aren't always the best stance to have, but I will always commit to being radically me. You know? I don't know if you know this, but you already are, to me at least, even through the screen. I look up to you a lot, and you give me a lot of courage to be myself, or to at least try. Good. Good. Because that's the point of life. That's the whole point. What are we doing out here if we're not just being us? You know? Like, the whole point of your whole internal character arc is about finding you. And if you've already found it, and you don't try it out, or get to at least live it, like, what are you doing? What are any of us doing? What is the point of all this bullshit? You know what I mean? Like, it just... I don't know. So glad I know about this at a younger age, because even though I don't feel comfortable with my body, at least I know why, and I think I'd feel worse if I didn't know why I felt like this. Yeah. Havy, thank you for redeeming a hydrate. I needed that. Ash, thank you for the 60 bits. Thank you so much. I don't talk about this a whole lot. And I'm not going to talk about it in depth for trigger warning reasons. But for all of the years before I realized that trans was an option, I hated my body and I didn't know why. Hated it. Hated it. And I didn't know why. And when you hate your body, you do things. You know what I mean? Like, I had a severe and pervasive eating disorder for many years. And as soon as I started to figure out, oh, it's the gender, and I'm allowed to change that, that's when I went into recovery. Not letting kids know that this was an option, I mean, it hurts kids more than you know. It really does. It really does, man. Anyways. Back to the Dream SMP. How the fuck did we get on this conversation? Sorry, chat. I don't even know how we got here at this point. This is, yeah. Oh, Lord. Oh Oh, I remember how we got on this conversation. The fear of being yourself. That's how we ended up here. Um. Oh God, yeah. That's. It's the fear of committing. I got here expecting a streamer in a silly, goofy mood drawing, not a therapy session that would make me feel this safe. I'm glad you feel safe. That's really, really important to me. That's like the most important thing here, is that you feel safe. This is a safe space. That's like the whole importance. I need to change my background color. Hang on. Let's do. We're gonna do a purple gray. That makes everything a little bit easier for me to see. There we go. The purple gray helps me see like what I haven't colored. It took me way too long to realize Ace was an option. Had way too many people telling me for years that I just didn't have enough experience, forced myself into relationships I didn't need or want to be in because I thought I needed to prove my identity. Fuck that. You know what you feel and your feelings are valid. Fuck what others say. I agree. As a fellow Ace spec person, yeah, the Ace hate is really, really wild out there, man. But it's like, as weird as it is, this does all, in the most convoluted way, all circle back to the Dream SMP for me. Because it is really sad to see people like Dream back out and put up those walls of social safety and social comfort by edging out of the cringe, by lampshading stuff like the lore that he had earlier. You know, by throwing in that grilled cheese sandwich to remind everybody, I'm not taking this too seriously. Don't worry, I'm not cringe. Don't worry, I'm not cringe. You know? It's such a sad stance to see take place for somebody who, I mean, created this place. Like, and to see him perpetuate something like that, especially when so many of his fans are that dedicated, they are taking it that seriously, it is that important to them. And that he's too afraid to even just body that himself. Like, it says a lot, man. It's sad that he's too afraid to really just be cringe, because cringe is just committing to what you care about without caring that other people will adhere to it or not. Yeah, so if his fans look up to, and he's showing any shame for what he's creating, he's teaching the fans they should feel that shame too. Right. Like, and that's just not right. Because I don't think they should be. Like, he's too scared and insecure to embrace us fully. Yeah. And I'm not saying this is a way to hate on him for being insecure, because, again, as much as, like, whatever it all is, Dreams, I mean, as I consider him practically a kid, because he's younger than I am, and I definitely don't feel old enough to say that I have everything figured out, or if I had his level of fame, that I would be able to say things with confidence or buy into things. If I have 30 million eyes on me. I mean, I cannot fucking imagine, like, the pressure that comes with that. And the failings that come along with it. And we really have high expectations of these kind of people. Like, it's not just him. I mean, Tubbo, Tommy, Ronbu, those are children. Like, genuinely children who have millions of eyes watching them and expecting them to, you know, handle that. I can't say I would be able to, that's for damn sure. I would not know how to handle this. Like, and that's neither here nor there in terms of what it means. All I'm pointing out with all of that is just to say that, like, I understand if he's insecure, and I would never hate on him for being so. Like, that's his own demon to fight with, if he's insecure about his own fan base. Because, yeah, when there's a couple million people online telling you that you are the cringiest person to have ever existed, and that the people look up to you are so shameful that they should die in some cases. Like, I would get cold feet for some of those situations too. Like, at the end of the day, that's really what it is. But, like, it doesn't make it any easier to see somebody who should be proud of like the creations that they have in front of them and watch them back out of it and lampshade over it and say like, no, 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 I get how cringy it is. No, 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 I know it's bad. No, I know it's not good. I swear I don't actually think it's good. Like, it's really hard. And like it's hard because I see the kids doing it too, of like, well, I like this, but I don't like it that much. I'm not one of those fans. The second you start hearing stuff like that, like, you know that like a fandom is really damaged, of like, I'm a fan, but I'm not one of those, you know, I'm not like that. Like, already then you've got this like separation between good fans and bad fans. And I know a lot of people in the Dream SMP fandom are very young, and that's totally chill. Like, that is how like new fandoms, it's a new platform, it's the new famous people, it's the new favorite white boys. Like, you're gonna have a lot of young fans, but that just means that they don't remember that we have been here before. Do you know what I mean? Was anybody here in the Super Hulock fandom? Was anybody here in the Homestuck fandom? Was anybody here in the Undertale fandom? Is anybody here in the My Hero Academia fandom? Those are some of the most hated fan bases in the world. Homestuck, Super Hulock, fucking Undertale, and My Hero Academia are some of the most hated fandoms in the entire world. Not to mention people like bronies and shit like that. Like, that, those are some of the most hated fandoms in the entire world. Do you know what I mean? And that's because they're what? Loud, young, very likely autistic, very likely queer fan bases. That is what they are. And society loves to hate young, queer, autistic people. That is who they love to hate. Those fandoms are loud, they're obnoxious, and their form of media attracts that style of fan. Like, the Dream SMP is not the first fandom to be fucking despised for the people that enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? Like, we are not unique, we are not special, we are not new, we have been here before, we have lived through the trenches. Like, this is how fandoms live and grow. It's just that Dream SMP got so big in terms of popularized media because of the platforms it was taking over on. Because Dream SMP has, in one way or another, been trending on Twitter for over 2 years. Every single day for over 2 years. That's insane. That is insane. Like, so it became visible public knowledge, which meant that it became us against them. If you were part of it, you were cringe, and if you weren't part of it, you had to hate it, because if you didn't hate it, you were cringe. And there we are again with that goddamn word and the social reconstruction of the necessary need to stand out from the others. Society just loves to hate us. Society loves to hate teenage girls, and what is all of Dream's fandom? It's teenage girls. That's not a bad thing. It's not a diss. It ain't an insult. It's an observation. Every fandom in the universe should hope to have teenage girls as their fans. There is more dedication and excitement in the pinky finger of a teenage girl than the entire body of a grown man. Every creator in the world should hope that teenage girls like them, because they will live and die for your content and will decide your entire future. Like, it's people don't quite realize, if you look at the number, they literally tell you that a lot of people love the same thing. Yeah, it's insane. Like, it's insane. It is insane what they have done. How they have managed to popularize this concept of anything that a teenage girl likes should be looked at as cringe. It is baffling. I am baffled. I am always baffled at that management. Like, I don't know, man. There's so much there. It's just so frustrating. Oh god. I want to do this. And then like this. We'll see how I like that. We'll deal with that later. I kind of see that I'm not that kind of fan thing with I'm a kid in band slash theater, not a band slash theater kid. Yeah. What do y'all want from McDonald's? Can you get me one of those like $1 like hot fudge sundaes, please? And a large fry. I'd be so into that right now. God, that sounds so good. I want that so badly right now. Us versus them, but we're all us. We're just busy denying it so we don't look like them. Right. Like, and you know what it is? Right? Right? Okay. Hear me out. I have heard people talk about this before, and this is the thing that absolutely drives me up a fucking wall when it comes to all of this shit. It used to be accepted if you were cringe. Xander, your SMP house looks really good. Thank you. I have an SMP house? Oh, I mean, I've been slowly working on it. Thank you. Oh my god, a mocha frap also sounds good. God, I need some McDonald's. I would kill somebody for some McDonald's right now. Oh my god. I do not have money for McDonald's. You guys cannot be making me hungry like this. I am just barely making rent this month, but I am making rent. I've just double checked. As long as I do not spend any money, I will be making rent this month. I'm very excited. But the reason all of this has become so fucking prevalent, right? And this cringe culture has become so scary to become a part of, right? Santa, let me DoorDash you food, damn it. Fang, if you want to DoorDash me some McDonald's, I won't be the person to stop you. I can't. I give in. If you want to DoorDash me McDonald's, I give in. I would let you DoorDash me McDonald's. But so, like, there used to be this, like, acceptance, right? Bet? Oh, God. I forget, you actually have my address, don't you? You probably could. Let me know if you do, though. I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't want people to just show up. There's an alarm that'll go off in my apartment. I wouldn't actually complain about that, maybe. Makes me feel so bad, though. Nah, that makes me feel bad. But so there's like this, like, I can also DoorDash you McDonald's. Emily, you also gonna buy me McDonald's? I can't have two people buying me McDonald's. I'll cry. I feel so bad for both, like, if we're asking anybody for food. I don't like doing that. But it's, yeah, we're fine. Xander's hair reminds me of mint ice cream. I love that. I love that a lot, actually. Yes, ad time. Okay. But so, okay. You're not asking, I'm giving. I'll permit that. Only because you're always asking to send me food, and I know you've explained that it's your love language, so, like, I'm not gonna fight you on it. And because I would actually light myself on fire for some McDonald's right now. But so, what I was saying is, and I think I've kind of touched on this at least once before, and I need more people to hear this. I don't know how many of you are my age. Is anybody here like 24-ish? 24, 25, 23? Like you were in middle school at the same time I was in middle school? Because if you are, you'll kind of remember this a little bit, to a certain degree. But when I was in middle school, and I was an anime weeb, Xander, does Fang have permission? Yeah, Fang has permission. Yes, Tyrio, Fang has permission. I know what you're asking. But yeah, when I was in middle school, liking anime was cringy, right? And that was the period. Liking anime is cringy, period. That was the end of the conversation, right? And so if you found yourself liking anime, you were immediately cringy. And at that point, it was like, well, all right, I can't stop myself from liking it. So I like it. This is what I like now. So I'm already cringy. So you could just lean into it. You could just go for it. Whatever it was, lean into it all the way. You're already cringy, so...
Get McDonald's King.
Wicked! Thank you! Aw, thank you for the $10. That's really sweet. Thank you. Aw. I promise, I'll have McDonald's. I think Fang might actually be buying me McDonald's because Fang's been asking to be allowed to buy me food. I was already in the process. Thank you. I will still use it. I promise. Oh damn, that is such a hard and fast rule. Yeah, that was the hard and fast rule. And so it was this end story was if you like anime, you're cringy. And so as soon as you liked anime, it was like, well, might as well go all the way in. And that's how you ended up with kids like me who wore anime shirts to school and went to anime club at school and were cringy and weird and Naruto ran in the hallways and attended anime conventions in full cosplay and never once even thought about it because just by the simple act of liking it, we already were cringe. And therefore, there was nothing to be afraid of. You could be cringe at full volume because you had already lost the battle, right? Take that a different step over. Oh, hang on. I have to DM Fang. Sorry, can I DM you to be sure we have the right info? Yes. I was actually just gonna say I'm gonna have to DM you really quickly. Because you need my apartment number if you're gonna send me food and apartment instructions. Oh god. Hang on. I'm actually being sent food. Hang on. Sorry, just had to drop my DoorDash information. Oh god. Alright. Anyways, hi y'all. I'm back. So, the thing that's changed nowadays, and the thing that sucks about the Dream SMP and stuff like that, is that we now have this kind of like on again, off again feeling of the idea that like you can like anime now, which is not a thing that you could do when I was in middle school. Nowadays, liking anime is normal. Everybody and their mom likes Demon Slayer. Everybody, you know? So like it's not weird to like anime anymore. Now it's normalized. But now instead of it just being like if you like this thing you're weird, you're allowed to like the thing if you perform it correctly. You can be a normal fan or a weird fan. And that's where it changes. Because now it's not this like whole like, oh, you already like it so you're already cringe. Well, guess you might as well just be cringe. Because now there's this expectation of you can like it, but you better like it correctly, because otherwise you're cringe. And now it's not about just accepting of like, oh, well, I already like it, I guess I'm already cringe, I guess we're moving on. Now it's this expectation of, I have to perform this correctly so that I'm not the weird one. So that I'm not the one that's like, I'm not the one standing out and causing problems for myself. You have to like it correctly. So like, it's a completely different energy. Yeah, it's still not okay to Naruto run in the hallway. But, yeah, if anything, you watch Demon Slayer, you're basic. Right. So now it's a complete... What would you like, King? Genuinely fries and those $1 chocolate sundaes. That's all I want. If you want to get, like, one... I heard... Ash, thank you so much for the $2.
Smile.
Thank you for the smile as well. Hi, Z. Good to see you. Oh my god, everybody's back today. God. I'm gonna pause my anime rant for a second. Oh yeah, the mocha frap. Oh, that sounds so good. I would love a mocha frap. This is such a dorky thing. I'm gonna pause my anime rant for just a second to bring up something I wanted to bring up for a while because I feel like it's important to bring up. I'm gonna start doing art streams more often again and these little rant things that I do again more often because I really miss it. And I think I messed up. Because I really started caring about the numbers that were coming through on Twitch, and streaming had started to feel like a little bit like a chore, and I really wanted to focus on doing well, and so I wasn't letting myself do things I enjoy because I knew Mocha? Yes, please. I don't know, I fear that people aren't interested in this, and I want to appeal to as many people as possible. So I was, you know, appealing to as many people as possible, playing as many games and Minecraft and all of the stuff when I know my base viewers were here for art and talks and rants and vents and therapy sessions and like literary analysis and all that kind of stuff, because those are the things I like, and those are the things that you know, I still love Minecraft. I will still be playing Minecraft for sure, and there are other games I definitely want to play, but like, I don't know, it's just such a it's such an interesting little thing. Like, I want to focus on just having a good time, because at the end of the day, I kind of tried my hand at like doing really well on Twitch, and like pushing the algorithm to like stream for whatever, I don't know. All I know is that it hasn't done anything. It hasn't made my viewership go up. If anything, my views have gone down. That is a fact. My views on Twitch have gone down, and I don't care as much, because it's easier to just do what I enjoy, and if you guys enjoy it here, then you stay here, and if you don't enjoy it here, then there's nothing I could have done that would have changed your mind, you know? Like, I can't make you like this place, and my streams aren't gonna be for everybody. I'm solely aware of that. Not everybody's gonna like me or my streams, and that is totally fine. So it's just like accepting that and just being like, all right, like, that we'll move on, you know? I'll do what makes me happy, and the people who enjoy that will stay, and the people who don't won't, and that shouldn't bother me. So I'm gonna kind of lean back from trying to create the loud bombastic, like, I don't know, Tommy Innit streams, Rambu streams, that kind of style. Avy.
Yes, Kingsley.
You did not need to donate. Thank you, Queen. Avy and me have been talking extensively about all of this stuff. It's really nice having another, like, person to rant about who has the exact same feelings about all of this as I do, because every time Avy says something, I'm like, damn, Queen, you're right, same. And then I do the same thing back at her, and she's like, damn, actually, you're right. Like, it's really amusing. But yeah, all I know is that I just want to do what makes me happy. And it's stuff like this, rants like today, like, this is what makes me happy. This is what makes me so excited to stream. Like, is getting to go on these wild analyses of things like this. I love this so deeply. I love you. Aww. Your girls are on point today? Thank you. There's a lot going on. I know I'm kind of an on-off viewer, but I do generally enjoy your content. Thank you, Saturn. And please don't ever feel like I'm ever calling you guys out for being like, you guys haven't been here often enough, and you're ruining my viewership. I deserve your time and attention, please. Like, that's not what I'm doing. I'm talking less about people who are on again, off again viewers, and more just of gaining in new viewership. It's the same thing. I don't know about y'all, but I only came for the tarot cards. Please. I promise I'm still doing them. Do you want to see? Do you want to see? Look, I finished the Ghost Boo one. Where is it? Where is it? Where do I keep these? Here. Look, it's done. Ghost Boo's done. It's done. I just have to put the text on it. Ta-da. Like, ta-da. I promise. It's there. It's real. I'm still actually working on it. I swear. I promise. I'm still doing them. I'm really bad at it. Was that a Tess card I saw? Yeah, Tess is actually the Three of Swords. Yeah, Tess is our Three of Swords. But yeah, no, I'm still genuinely actively working on them. Oh my god, food on the way. Oh god, I'm scared. Xander, it's okay, I was only joking. No, I swear, I'm gonna finish them. I'm going to. Like, I really love these. They're just really hard to do. And I'm afraid to do the next one because it's our Charlie, and I'm so excited because Charlie Simesicle's our Wheel of Fortune one, which is karma and the breaking of cycles. And I think I know what I'm gonna draw. Where I'm gonna draw him, and it's gonna be a little complicated, but I'm very excited because Charlie Simesicle did break that cycle. He came back to Quackity, told him that you are not a good person, and stopped the cycle by killing Quackity and putting an end to it. I'm so excited. Ash, thank you for the $1. Thank you so much.
Corgi derp.
Corgi derps for the win. Thank you. Seriously, you do a lot of donations like every stream, and I don't know exactly why, but it genuinely means the world to me, so thank you. Like, it is no joke the things that are keeping me floating, because this is what pays my rent at the moment. Um, but yeah, okay, but that literally broke my heart, though. It did break my heart. Quackity and Slimesicle's ending was one of the most powerful endings the Dream SMP had. It was so good. It was so good. But it was so good. They changed everything with that. Quackity's lore streams are phenomenal because they don't lampshade at all. There is no lampshading done. There is no pulling back. There is no fear that they're getting too into it or too cringy or too dedicated. They go all the fucking way as hard as they can, and it's phenomenal for that reason. Like, it feels so authentic and so good for that reason. Like, it feels good. Like, because you can just get invested in it like a movie. Like, it takes itself seriously. But not, like, seriously to the point where it's, like, pretentious. Like, where it's trying to be like, I should take myself seriously because I'm important and you're not, kind of. Well, okay. I forget that pretentious is a word I'm not supposed to be using, according to CJ the Alex. Because pretentious isn't really a thing. It's just believing that your art is worthy of praise and is important, which it is, and that is correct. So that's actually a word I'm trying to ease out of my dictionary. Quackity's lore is dramatic, and he owns it. He owns it! He's not pretentious about it, but he doesn't cringe away from it. He fully accepts the importance that his lore holds, the depth of which he worked on it, the dedication that's gone into it. He owns that, man, with, like, all of his energy, and it's amazing to see. It feels so good, because when you can tell that Quackity cares about his lore as much as you do. I think that's what it is. Quackity cares about his lore as much as you do, and Dream doesn't. Ash, thank you again for the bits. Seriously, thank you so much. You know? I think Dream's lore would be a world different if Dream cared about his lore as much as we did. Because that's why Quackity's lore is so stunning and so moving and so potent. Is that you can tell he cares just as much as you, and he's proud of it. You, like, if you ever, like, watch Quackity lore streams live and see his video afterwards, where he, like, closes down the pre-recorded video and he's there, you can see the pride on his face in, like, him clapping and cheering and being like, hi chat, like, and him, like, excitedly talking about how much work went into it and the dedication and the time and the effort and how genuinely proud of it he is, and he should be, because it's good storytelling, it's beautiful, you know? It deserves that praise. It deserves that pride. And that's what makes it so good, because he's not afraid to work too hard on it. He's not afraid to take it too seriously. It should be taken seriously. It's stunning. Like, it is like magic. And that's something I want to make sure I carry into my own lore. You know what I mean? Because, like, I'm making lore. I'm making Minecraft lore. And I am not even slightly ashamed to say that. Not at all. Because it is a mode of storytelling, and I think that it's an amazing, magical, low-effort buy-in form of storytelling that everybody has access to, and I think that's awesome. Also, I've just realized that Tubbo uses, like, 17 different shades of brown, and none of them match, and I think that that's funny. But, like, I'm proud of the work that I put into my Minecraft lore, even if maybe it should be cringy, if even if maybe, like, maybe it is weird to care that much, but I don't think that it is. Same thing with your OCs or your art. Like, when I finish a piece of art, I'm proud of it. You know what I mean? I put time and effort into it, but people don't like knowing that. Like, there's this, like, stigma on the internet of this expectation that art should be low effort, which is a thought that has recently just been blowing my fucking mind. That, like, if you try too hard at art, that you're taking yourself too seriously, and, like, It just, none of it makes any sense at all to me, because like, where is the shame, huh? Like, I don't understand where, like, why can I not just say like, yeah, I worked for this, like, I can show you this sketch, right? You know, I can show you this sketch right here, and look at the sketch and tell you this sketch took me 8 hours. You know, this is 8 hours of work on the sketch, which sounds like way too much time spent on a sketch. It sounds like I tried way too hard for something that, you know, somebody could have made something way better in 8 hours. But I'm not gonna show you this and be like, oh yeah, this is, you know, this is just a little sketch like that I've been working on or whatever. This is just something like this is something quick I like threw together. But that's what the internet wants you to say. They want you to throw it out there and say, oh, I hardly worked on that. It's not my best work. But what, like, they want you to lampshade, man. They want you to say like, oh, I didn't really try that hard. It's not really that important. But like, it is what it is. Like, it's fine. Like, it's just kind of whatever. Because they want it to feel effortless. It's not. Art is not effortless. This shit takes me for fucking ever. You guys watch it take me for fucking ever. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like, oh yeah, no, this was super easy. Because then artists that are young, that are just starting their craft, are looking in and realizing like, oh, if that takes like no effort for them, and even me doing 100% can't live up to that, I'll never be an artist. That's just not how that fucking works. You have to make bad art. I am begging you to make bad art. You'll never make good art if you don't make bad art. Like, you're never gonna be proud of it if you don't give 110% to it. If you don't give it everything you've got. Please. Care about your art. Like, put in too much effort. Try too hard. Be too proud of the final effort. It's worth it. It's worth it. I'm going to die. Like, I don't know, man. It's such an important concept out there that like people just keep sloughing off this concept. It just bothers me such an like insane amount. I wish people would just let people be proud of their art, because like kids will come online and be like, "Oh, like this is like I tried really hard on this and I'm really really proud of it." And people genuinely come on with the audacity to tell a kid who worked really hard on a 9-hour piece of work of, "Well, like I could do something like that in a couple of hours, or I could do something better than that in the same amount of time." Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up is my answer. Like, I know you want to be all prestigious and shit. I know you want art to be this like prestigious, high elevated class world, and it's not. Like the oil painting that took you 6 days to work on is just as much a valid piece of art as the My Little Pony OC that the person in 6th grade is doodling on their math homework. It's art. It is art. It is art. That My Little Pony OC on the back of his math homework is just as valid as a piece of art as the oil painting that took you 3 years. That's fact. Both of those are art. There is not one lesser or more. And you know what? You didn't start with oil paintings. You didn't. You probably drew Warrior Cats OCs in the backs of your notebooks like the rest of us, you degenerate. Just admit it already. Something I find real odd is people get annoyed when people don't lampshade, but when they do lampshade, people call them out and criticize them for lampshading. Too proud is not a thing. Everyone deserves to be proud of anything they worked on, period. Dead ass. Dead ass. There is so much brown in this drawing. Oh, it just shattered my spinal column. Oh, God, my back hurts. I'm gonna stretch for a second. I know nobody redeemed it, but I've just realized that I need to. I'm so close to getting the fucking the flats done. I'm like right on the. I'm about to finish. I have one more thing. Spine gone in the back rooms. Dead ass. No longer here. Okay. Yeah, this is the layer. Okay. I just need to do these, that's all. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think you should be more proud of your art. I think people need to be allowed to take part in art. It is a human thing. It's so human to create. It is so human to create. It's human to not, and I don't even just mean art. Write your shitty little poems. Like, be quote unquote pretentious. Be pretentious. Be too proud of a piece of art. Be too cocky about a finished product. Like, be everything, all of it, all at the same time, because I told you to. Like, there's an importance to that. There's an importance to being too proud of the art. Oh my god, I think my flats are finally done for these boys. Jesus Christ. Yes, write that poem. Yes, write the poem to the guy you like. Father, I stashed the thing in the mini fridge. I will see it as soon as stream is over. Very excited. You know what? Fuck it. No, since we're talking about this, let's go be proud of other people's arts. We're going to the mini fridge, boys. Oh, that's so cool. Fuck it. Let's talk about it. You dorks. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Like, this is awesome. This is awesome, actually. Oh my god, this is brilliant. This is so fun. If you can get me this without the background, like if you take away the background and give this a transparent background, I will make this an emote. Deadass, if I have your permission. Like, this is cool. I know you're working on an animatic. I'm fucking hyped for that shit. Look at this! Look at this! Look how cool this is! Ash, thank you so much for the 10 bits. Like, look at how cool this is. This is fan art of my... Oh, this is my little drawing I did over here of my origins person. Look how fucking cool this design is. Like, you should be proud of this shit. Poison had made a whole edit for me. I don't know if I can play it because of music. But, like, this is cool. This is fun. This is my profile picture on Discord right now. Like, this is cool. You should be proud of that kind of stuff. This is a rat. It's so fun. It's art. It doesn't have to be some big, like, politically changing, world-ending kind of art. It's just art. Look how cool this is. This is so fucking cool. And they say it took 2 days to do. That is awesome. That is 2 days well spent. And I'm proud because that is so fucking cool. Yes, I saw this. Yeah, I saw the sketch of Origins Xander. I showed that one. Like, look how cute this is. Look how fucking cute this is. This is so cool. Like, it is awesome. I love these kind of things. Like, the art that people make is just so insane. Like, it is brilliant. People make so much art. So much art. I am, like, beyond lucky to receive this much, like art from just everybody. Like, I could just scroll forever through all of this, and it's just an endless stream of these gorgeous creations that people made because they care. Do you know what I mean? They care. Yeah, Big Fridge goes too. Like, this is cool. Luxray. Like, people make art because they care. Like, they make... Look how fun this is! This is so fun! This is so fun! Clingy Duo! It's so cool! Like, look at the skull snail! Look at the snow! It is so fucking cool to see what people create. Like, it is... Look at this. Look at this. It's so cool. It's so cool to see passion come out physically. Do you know what I mean? People make... Oh, this is one of my... I saw this the other day, and it's fucking brilliant. It's so cool. Like, the point of all of this is to say that people create things because they're passionate. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's... People do this kind of stuff because they are passionate. Passion creates art. And, like, I think we need to stop putting an importance of good art. There is an importance to good art. There is an importance to good art. I understand that concept. Good art is an important thing because, you know, that's kind of how it works. Like, but it's also important to have not good art, or art that it doesn't matter if it's good. I think that's equally as important because it's about passion and turning that passion into something physical. Actually, I just realized I think I can actually do something. I'm going to cheat because I'm doing digital art and I'm allowed to cheat. Wait. Copy. Like, it's just, I don't know. People should be allowed to just create. I stand by that. Because whether it's art, I mean, okay, I used to write poetry. You hear me? I was a poetry person. I don't want it to be that dark. I just wanted it to be duller. Yeah, no, this is good. Okay. I used to be a poetry person. I absolutely love poetry. I used to write poetry a lot. Because it was something that helped me release emotions and I was able to talk about things that were important to me and that I was passionate about. Like, and like it was a way to cope with things that I was feeling. And they weren't necessarily quote unquote good poems. They weren't necessarily crazy high quality like poetry or anything of the sorts, but they were things that I was proud of. And if I would have been told only good people, like only people who write poetry well are allowed to write poetry, I wouldn't have been able to think through and work through a lot of the things that I did using poetry. Like, and like, maybe I was taking myself too seriously, according to some people in the art universe, but maybe I was just a person trying to work through my emotions through a medium where I could write it out dramatic as hell. Because that's what helped me figure out what I was feeling and what I was thinking and how it was affecting me. Like, maybe I was taking my poetry too seriously for some people. But for me, like, that was how I was dealing with those, like, thoughts and emotions. And yeah, I made vent poetry and I made vent art and I made vent stories and I tortured my characters because I thought it was fun. Like, you know what I mean? But there's not shame in that because it's creating as a release. And I think it's really important. Like, I think more people need to start doing that again. I think you need to make art about things that you care about because you care about them. And that's enough. It doesn't have to be qualified as good enough. It doesn't have to get likes on Twitter to still be an important piece of art. God, it doesn't have to get likes on Twitter to be an important piece of art. A piece of art hasn't failed because he didn't get reblogged on Tumblr. I'm yelling at myself about that one, by the way. That is not something I'm yelling at you guys about. That is strictly yelling directly into my own ears because, God, I forget. My God, no one cares about car insurance here. Get out of my face. But what what if you needed car insurance? Just in case. Just in case, though. Did you know you could save 15% or more on car insurance by switching to not having a car? Uploaded the Zan rant? Yes, I erased the black background, though. I don't know how to make it all the way transparent. I will do my best. I might have to do it off stream, then. I'll just take it in and remove it myself. I'll fist fight it. Thank you so much, Ash, for the 40 bits. Genuinely. Yeah, I don't know. All of this is just, I guess, partially a reminder to myself, because as somebody who now takes part in social media more than I should, we place such an importance on numbers as a coherent, like, label of value. And that just isn't what it is. Numbers don't adhere to value. The amount of success something receives on popular social media platforms like TikTok or Twitter or Tumblr or YouTube or even Twitch doesn't measure its artistic worth. It measures how able you were to capture a specific amount of audience and play good for daddy algorithm. Like, that's all that does. That's all that ever has done. Like, YouTube does not get to tell you how well you did on a video. It just tells you how well you adhered to the algorithm's desire to pump out the fastest, most profitable content. Like, it doesn't tell you, yeah, you made a good video. It tells you, yeah, your video was liked by the numbers. Like, wait, what if you tried making the snapped process of the bench, the pieces that are, like, inside of the wood, the shade of the original bench? Inner wood is lighter than darker wood. Yes, good idea. Supported. And I'll be doing a bunch of shading and stuff. These are just I'm trying to get my flats down, like my flat colors. But yeah, it really is something else, man. Like this, like, desperation to have this, like, validated sense of my art is only good if it receives a good amount of numbers. Also, our concept of what a good amount of numbers is has been just absolutely ruined. Like, it's devastating to see what people expect as a good amount of numbers nowadays. Like, I mentioned, like, my expected, like, for me, a TikTok has flopped. Like, a TikTok has failed if it has less than 3,000 views. 3,000 views. That is, like, the entirety of my high school when I went to high school. Like, that is an entire high school. And in my head, my TikTok has failed if it doesn't get everybody in an entire high school to see it. That is ridiculous. That's inhuman. That's obscene. Do you know what I mean? Like, these numbers have ruined us. This concept of numbers has absolutely ruined us. Bro, I'm lucky to get 300. I mean, my last fistful of TikToks have not gotten over like 1,000-ish. Like, I feel cool when a tweet gets 100 likes. Bro, I have never ever had a tweet get 100 likes from what I know. I think my most liked tweet has like 30 likes. Xander, check DMs. Hello. Got it. Okay. Understood. Thank you. Okay, we need to pick Tommy's prosthetic color. I want to do something techno-inspired, but I don't know what. I mean, I could just go all the way and make it pink. But I don't entirely know. I guess you understood the assignment, yeah. My most liked is between 300 and 400. Jesus. Yeah, I need to... I don't like Twitter. 5? Okay. Ash, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you.
Smile.
Thank you for the smile as well. It's almost... It sounds like half you smiling at me and half like a little request of like, I give you $1, you smile, and I just, yeah, smile. Put a little crown that looks hand-painted on. I absolutely will. The red and gold on the straps already look like Techno's capes. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. I want to, like... Oh god. Yeah, I'll do a crown. Do I do it pink? I think I do it pink. There's something about that I think is fun. What shade of pink? Like this? I want a little bit duller. But I want like this maybe. I think that might be the color we go. I think that might be what we do. I need to make sure it's under the strap layer and under the pants layer, and let's put it, fuck it, we're gonna put it down here. This is fine. Like, this is gonna be great. I think a pink prosthetic would be fun. I think there's a certain like story that goes behind this for sure. Like oh, that's really cute. That is very cute. This is cute. I like this a lot. Aww. Xander and chats, I'm back from orchestra concert. My hands hurt from my bass. Had fun though. I'm really glad you had fun. I hope you had a really, really good time. I always wanted to play the bass or the cello, but I was a violin kid. Oh my god, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have little signatures on Tommy's cast, but that'll all come with, like, the detail parts of it. I'm gonna do... Wait, hang on. I'm gonna throw this color down, just so that I can do this. Background layer, this color, okay. Because now... Hello! Ash!
I'm tired, so I'm going to go. Bye, smile.
Sleep well, Ash. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for all of the donations for all of this stream and all of the things before. Have a fantastic night. I hope you sleep well. Oh God. Oh, that's something now, isn't it? That is, oh, get out of there. This is me trying to figure out which line art I liked better. This is, that is something else. God, the world has changed. And you know what's, oh, my food is nearby. Okay. I'll keep an ear out for in case they ring the buzzer. Otherwise, I'm gonna wait for them to either call or to tell me that they've left. Hopefully. So that I can just go, like, pick it up without running into something. It's something. Definitely a something to something. Yeah, it sure is a something. I think one of the things that's really painful about looking at this one is realizing almost nothing about Tubbo is the same. Nothing. His outfit, his hair, his horns, everything has changed. Sir, it's under my number. I would get the call. Oh God. Well, then let me know, and if you say contactless, I don't want to run into a human. I'm afraid of people. But like I nothing is the same for Tubbo, and almost everything is the same for Tommy. Tommy hasn't changed, and Tubbo has, because Tubbo's entire thing was learning to let go and learning to move on and to grow as things happened, and Tommy's was desperately clinging on to the past. His shirt and his pants and his hair color and his shoes, even his shoes, they're untied and they're messy, but they're the same. Like, but yeah, and he still has eyes. But like it like, and Tubbo's a different person. Tommy is the same scared kid, and Tubbo is a completely different person who loves Tommy just as much. Tommy missing a leg, nothing has changed. Okay, listen, you know what I mean? Food dropped off? Okay, I'll be right back. Chat, here, listen to music and watch, look at fan art. Listen to music and I'm gonna put you on the BRB. Okay, hang on. So, I took the crown off because as much as I'm talking about being proud of the way we look, right? I took the crown off because I'm afraid to be seen with a crown in the hallway. Because look at how I'm already dressed. Hang on. Like, the Wilbur Soot shirt with the Demi Boy necklace and some fundy pants that are way too dramatic. And I'm out here also wearing a crown. Listen. Sandy the dog, they're out, please. I don't wear socks. Socks are traps. They're hell. I hate them. They are physically uncomfortable. Like, this is, it's quite an outfit. The music is too loud, I'm sorry. I don't even know it's playing. Don't show my address. Food! I'm so excited, chat. But... Food! There's nuggets in here! Why'd you get me nuggets? Thank you! Oh my god. You got me so much. Jesus Christ. This is dinner delivered all the way from the other side of the country. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I haven't had McDonald's in God knows how long. And these, I'm gonna start with this. This are those stupid $1 hot fudge sundaes, right? And when I was growing up, back when I lived with my biological dad, this was the way that he made up any time that something went wrong. And something went wrong very often. There's a reason I say my bio dad. Did you get your drink? Yes, I got my drink. And nuggets! And... Ugh, God, the sound of this plastic is the worst. We would go out in, like, just the middle of the night, because it was always open. It was a 24/7. And this was all we could afford at the time, because these are $1 on the menu. It was all we could afford. And we would just go out, and we'd get these stupid hot fudge sundaes. And they're so low quality. And they're my favorite thing in the McDonald's menu. I love them so much. It's so good. It makes me so happy. It's so dorky. Thank you, Feng, for dinner. I also get to dip my fries in it. If you don't dip your fries in ice cream, you're the one in the wrong. I would just like to clarify that. Fries and ice cream is good. Enjoy dining from the West Coast. I'm so excited. This is so baller. Oh my god. I don't want to eat on stream, though. Jesus Christ. I love this song. Okay, hang on. God. So resetting up everything after, like, having, like, switched over to the BRB screen takes way too much effort. Hang on. Because I don't want to actually switch over and shit. Eat your food. I'm working on it. I'm trying. Bro, cheese fries, though. Cheese fries are also good, but fries and ice cream... It's so good. People can't stand your swag. Deadass. Listen, these funny pants make me feel pretty baller. Like, so good. It's such a good vibe, though. I'm having such a good vibe today. But we got the fucking flats done. I really didn't actually expect us to be able to, get the flats done. See, this is what I mean. I'm clicking back in so I don't break my shit. Okay. Alright. So, because Fang was so kind as to get me dinner, I'm going to end, and I'm not going to do a redeem grind stop, so don't do it. I'm going to go allow myself to eat dinner. I'm not going to be here tomorrow because I'm going to be at my grandparents' house, because also that's my schedule every other day. But, Fang, thank you for the dinner. Everybody, thank you for being here. I will keep working on the art off stream, but I'll also work on it on stream again. I'm also planning a new YouTube video. Now that I know you guys are actually down for the idea of rant videos, you're gonna love it. Also, I implore you, stay for this raid. We are raiding somebody called the Trash House. We've raided him a couple times before, and every time we raid, he stops everything he does to sing a song to thank you. It is insane. It is so cool. It's like the coolest raid thing I've ever seen ever. He did it when I subscribed too. So like genuinely, like stay, this guy is insane. He's so talented and so much fun. I don't know if he'll do it this time. He's done it every time so far, but he is amazing. So please go hype him the fuck up, okay? I love you guys. Thank you for being here all night with me. This was so fun. I cannot wait to go eat dinner. I'm so hungry. I will be in Discord later today in a VC to work on some writing tonight as well. And I love you all. Alrighty? Be good, you guys. Behave in Trash's chat. Be good. Alright. Good night, everybody. I love you. Goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Goodbye.